Talkers. Hello, hello, hello. I just need
Hello.
Hi.
I just need to know who's out there. I see I hope I get your name right. Is it Dana Lynn? Oh, I don't know. Miss Norwood. Hello, Mia Bell. You're
Danielle.
on. Oh, Danielle. Oh, Lord. Y'all, I'm sorry. Listen, I just did a spin class, so my brain is still on the bike. Hey guys, can everybody tell us your name and where you're from? Hey, Elder T. She says I'm
Hi.
trying. She says I'm chiming in all the way from Baton Rouge. Okay, Baton Rouge is in the house. Can y'all do us a favor and go ahead and share this live now for all the She Talkers that are on? And okay, Mia says she is in Gonzales, Louisiana. Okay, so we're just waiting for some of
Hallelujah.
our. Okay, I see Donald Marshall. She says hi, Nicole Burrell. On my husband's page. That's so sweet. Donald, and Nicole, we love you both. Danielle, she says, I'm from Baton Rouge. Mia shared. Thank you so much, ladies. Again, if you guys, the rest of you ladies would go ahead and share so that we can go ahead and encourage people from all across the country. And if you are just joining us for the very first time, please place your name and where you are from on here. Oh, normally I have a little bit of background music. What? Wow, I'm tripping. Where my little music? I'm about to. There we go. A little something, something. Okay. Now that feels more like a talk show. All right, let's go back to the comment section. Okay, so Tawana says share. So, ladies, before we get into like the nitty gritty of our conversation, would you do us a favor and just introduce yourself very quickly? Tell everybody where you're from, how many children you have, and just a little bit about yourself. Either one can go first.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I'll go. Go.
Go ahead, Elder Terry.
Okay. My name is Terry Walden, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm a single mother of two, and I have five, four, and one on the way grandchildren. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and I'm retired. I'm retired from um Hurricane Law Medical Center as a hospital admissions tech 3.
Nice, nice, very nice. Okay, and Dr. K.
I'm Dr. K. I'm in my 40s. I'm 47. I have two beautiful daughters, 10 years old and 7 years old. Um, my girls came in on the scene at a later time in my life, but to God be the glory. He is a prayer
Yes.
answering God. I work for Louisiana Workforce Commission. I'm a part of the Foreign Labor Unit. I actually run the unit and the program. So it's some exciting things, exciting times. I'm looking forward to what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you ladies. And again, She Talkers, if you are just joining us, please give us your name and where you are viewing us from. I want everybody to know that tonight is so super special because Sunday is Mother's Day. So we're not only going to talk about traditional, mothers, in a traditional sense, but we're going to talk about motherhood in the sense of what do you do when you don't have a partner? What do you do when you do? And some ladies have been struggling possibly with infertility. And we're going to talk about how to have faith through that. Yeah, I know it is a really tough journey. So we're really going to get into the thick of things. So if you don't mind, I know that this live is going to really encourage somebody. So if you don't mind, just go ahead, like and share this live. Now, what we do every week is that we have fun, okay? So we are going to play word association. So I'm going to give you two words one at a time, and the very first song that comes to your mind, you have to sing it. And we're going to see if our She Talker audience agrees with the song, if that was also on their mind. Okay, so the first song is, I was going to say, okay, so I'll make the first word easy. The first word is welcome.
Welcome into this place.
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay. All right. I love that. I love that because basically, if you're a churchy person, that's going to be the very first song that you think about, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And in the spirit, Tanisha, hey, Tanisha, tell us where you're calling from. The second song, she said, that's the song I was thinking of, Miss Terry. Good, good. Onisia said that. Okay. The next song has to have the word mama, mom, or mother.
Mama, you know I love you.
Yes! Okay. That's Boys to Men from
Boys to Men, yes.
The one I thought about was Mama, I don't want no peanut butter and jelly, but I want my
Yes.
soul
Shirley
to be saved.
Yes, Shirley Caesar, yes.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, those are
Yes.
amazing because both of the songs would come to mind. I love that. Okay, so Lisa is saying Boys to Men. Tanisha says sing. Mia says Mama, you know I love you. Yes, yes, yes. But I love the I don't want no peanut butter and jelly.
And
Yes. So
so
say Elder K says, Lady K, you right. That's an old one. Yes, that is an old one. Okay, ladies.
Mhm.
So if you were not on the Women's Conference Committee and you're not a relative to these, well, actually, it doesn't matter if you're a relative because anybody can win our Mother's Day prize, which is going to be a cash app. Okay, so you have to guess a number between 1 and 10. And you can put it in the comment section so we can see. Oh, Lee Williams, Deacon Lewis said Lee Williams and Mother's Love. That's very good. Mia says 8. We're watching out for the number. Deacon Lewis says 7. 8. Y'all like this number. 7. A number between 1 and 10 to win a cash prize. And you can't be on a committee. Tanisha. But I know the committee members are going to give it away. Okay. So we have 7, 9, 3, 1. Okay. 9. Okay. I think I see a winner, Onisia, but I think I need you to call it out. Tawana says, Elder T says, I'm out then. I need you to call it out. Danielle says 4. Oh, Onisa says, we have a winner. Name our winner for us. Hi, Mom. Mom Diane is on. Hey, Mom.
hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Tanisha Powerhouse is our winner.
Yes.
And y'all we're going to say it at the same time. What was our chosen number?
3.
3 was our chosen number. Thank you guys so much for participating. Tanisha Powerhouse, can you put your Cash App in the comment section? So we're going to send you a Cash App. But if there is any woman that says, you know what, Tanisha is a single mom and I want to be a blessing to her for Mother's Day, we're also going to ask you, if you don't mind, send her a $5 Cash App and let's flood her. So I want her to hear bling, 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 bling. Because we're going to be a blessing to her tonight. Okay, guys, we're going to jump right into it. As everybody knows, thank you, Tanisha. Congratulations, Queen.
Congratulations.
As we know, we are going to talk about motherhood. And so first, I want to ask a very important question. How did you ladies navigate through difficult times as a mother?
I'll go first. Okay. Me being a single parent, a lot of things was like learning hands-on, but my base foundation was prayer, and that's basically all I knew. All to do was to pray because I didn't have nobody I could go to and say, "Hey, look, let's talk about this and discuss this and make a decision on this." So that's the only person I do go to was God in prayer and get an answer that way.
I love that. I love that. Dr. K?
For me, initially just kind of being unsure of what to do, because they have books and stuff like that for parenting, but it is so different when it's hands-on and the baby is in your house and in your arms and crying.
Yeah.
And you are a new mom and you're trying to be the best mom that you can be. And you don't necessarily have the reach of your mom right then because they're asleep at 3 or 4 a.m. and so you got to figure that thing out on your own. But I was blessed enough to my husband and I, we worked together as a team. And so when it looked like I wasn't making it, he stepped on in and gave me that break that I needed to be a successful mom. So that partnership works very well for us.
I love that. I love that. So from a single mother's perspective, she relied on prayer, and then from Dr. K's perspective, well, both of y'all relied on prayer. She relied on prayer, and you had that support in the home. They're, especially when they're infants. I mean, the challenges are so many. If they colicky or they get a rash and you're like, what is going on? So yeah, navigating through difficult times, prayer, I would say, I just want to add, like, when you're angry, sometimes walking away before you respond, you know what I mean? If they're struggling in school, asking other parents as a resource instead of being prideful. Like sometimes you got to lay down that pride and say, hey, Dr. K, help, do you know of a tutor? Or you know what I mean? Things like that. Mm-hmm. Or if they get old, as they get older and they get in trouble, don't be afraid to reach out for help. I mean, would you guys say that outside of maybe even your home, you reached out for help when times got tough?
I do have a friend that is that's a therapist, and her niche is children. Oh, and wow. So she does play therapy and things of that nature. So during the pandemic, I noticed a change with my daughter because she was normally bubbly and stuff like that. And so, she was just really quiet and reserved and, just kind of sad. And so just trying to navigate through that with her during the time that we had the lockdown, or we called it protective custody, and just really trying to draw close to God, but she didn't have that interaction with her friends in school. And so we had to be creative and by letting her have a little channel, and they Zoom and they talk and they, were able to socialize that way. But she also had access to my friend to talk to her,
I think that's good, like having a therapist, if your child is struggling emotionally. I love that. Or just as another outlet. I love that. Mia says, especially with homework. Listen, now Michael's homework, and he's only in the 3rd grade, makes me feel so dumb. I mean, I'm okay to admit that. Like, ask for help. Help.
But see, like for me, being a single parent, when my kids were coming up, my kids are much older now, they're in their 30s. So, but back then, the math was the way I knew how to do the math. The way the math is now with my grandson, no.
You got to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Eureka Math and the lesson.
Yeah. Right. We have to go to YouTube. Definitely. And listen, YouTube is awesome. High school. Go ahead, Elder T.
Use so many different steps versus us just adding this top number to the bottom number and coming with an answer.
Look, your daughter said, hey, now you're telling ages. So she's saying, all right, cut that out. Listen, but I will say that YouTube is also a good resource. And mothers, we want to encourage you. It's called social emotional learning videos. So even if your child is struggling emotionally, you can go to YouTube on some of those for those, like how to deal with a child who has attention issues or feeling
Right.
depressed, and offer coping skills. So I want to encourage people, don't be afraid to ask for help. Look, Tina Marie Franklin says, hi, everybody. Hey, Tina.
Hello.
Hi, Tina.
Tanisha says, then you have to write how you got the answer. Yeah, you do. Like, yeah, you do. Onisi says, I don't even offer to help my nephew. Be encouraged. Be encouraged, nephew. It's tough. So we are talking about some of those challenging times. I have to talk about, she says, I'd be like, boy, use your fingers to count. Me too, Onisi. Me too. Listen, before we get off the challenging time, because we definitely are doing good on our actualist time, I want to talk about like rebellion. Hey, Lesmine, he's all the way in Texas, y'all. I want to talk about rebellion. Like when you see that your children are starting to, as the old mothers say, they start to feel themselves.
Smell themselves.
They smelling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys navigate? And I know that your children are young, Dr. K, but I know, like, even in Michael, I see a little like kick up. How do you navigate through when your children are starting to smell themselves?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm guilty of it. I'm the soft parent in the house. Okay, I want to talk it out and this and that, whatever. Apostle be like, give them a swift pop, and they'll understand. You mean what you say, and you say what you mean. You don't have to explain nothing. You are the parent, you know. And he was like, you better get your fleek, you better get your no on fleek, and let it be what it is, and no compromise. So I am the soft parent in this parenting team. So and he's right. So he was like, you don't have to beat them every time, but when they disobey you,
it looks like it's frozen.
They out of line.
I feel you. Elder Terry, before I start reading these funny comments, y'all. Go ahead, Elder T.
Listen, again, single parent wise, I had nobody to tell me no, do this. I came up with the firm but fair rule. Now, they knew how far to go because I grew up under the look. They was trained to the look. So if I looked at them a certain way, just know your time coming when we get home. So I didn't have that issue with my kids. And to this day, they still know the look. But these kids nowadays, you need prayer, supplication, you need to fast, and all of this because you will quickly snatch them. And see, that's the thing I didn't, what my kids are like. I would take what they really, really enjoy. I took that.
Yeah.
That was their punishment. I would take it from them. Like with my son, he loved basketball. And I used to always have a backyard full of boys, basketball. You do wrong, you're going to look at them out the window because you're not going out there. And that broke him. That's all I had to take from him, basketball. And he shifted his mind quick. But my daughter, I didn't have a problem with her. I didn't have a problem with her.
I have to get into these comments, y'all. They going crazy. Y'all, they said beat them. Tawana said, I'm old-fashioned. Give them a lick that's going to bring them back to reality. Now, look, my own daughter talking about, I don't know why my mom's saying me too now, girl. I was tough on Tink, and I'm a little softer on Michael. She right. So, look, they said, yes, I was one that smelt myself. And so Deacon Lewis says you have to grab them and put them against the wall. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. And see, my thing was too, I had a rule where I put a lot of stuff, I would let some stuff I'll let slide, but I'll tell them, okay, I'm going to put it on the shelf. Now, when I put it on the shelf, when it's time to clean that shelf, they didn't want the shelf clean. Because when I clean the shelf, I clean the shelf.
So look, your daughter says she lost the look with the grandkids. Like, you was tough on them and you soft on the grandkids. That's not right. And look, Pastor Aminga says, teach them and allow them to grow into their own personality while keeping boundaries and home standards. So
that's good.
That's good. That's that patient. Look, Tanisha says, I just pop off. LOL.
Look, my mom, being a church kid, and in church, if you get to talking and whispering and doing a whole lot of movement, my mother used to twist your ear. She would come with her fist and knock on the top of your head. Man, it's just, like, have you lost your mind? Do you not know where you are?
That is funny. That's funny. And look, Onicia said she was smelling herself. Mom T said by the time Onicia came, she was tired. I said, I understand, mother. I understand. So there is a lot of things that you can do. Sometimes you do have to resort to what we grew up in. And then there are times when sometimes you have to ask the children what's going on. Sometimes that rebellion or the talk back might be something different, or something deeper. It could be, are you being bullied at school? Are you being mishandled in other ways? So sometimes we do have to go a little bit deeper and say, hey, your personality is a little different. What's going on?
I know this one thought I have as far as moms and me being the soft one is really being a stickler to your word. If you say that I'm going to take this, or I'm going to punish you, or I'm going to spank you, you have to remain firm on that, because they will not take you seriously if you journey a different way, if you don't keep your word. I'll tell my kids, if they cut up somewhere, I'm like, I'm going to get you when I get home. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night. Once we get home, I have not forgotten. I'm gonna fulfill my promise, because I need you to know that I'm not playing with you.
Right. I love that, and I'm gonna say a error that I made really mainly with Michael, because like I'm older or whatever. He would ask or start begging for something, and I would say maybe, which prompts more begging. Maybe, or like, all right, let me think about it. That prompts way more begging. So I realized that I have to sometimes make quick answers. And like you're saying, Dr. K, allow my yes to be yes, but my no to be a hard no. Like, no, and don't ask me again. Final answer. So I definitely get what you're saying. Look, let's get to these comments. Amiga says, yes, true. You can keep a safe place for them to open up and talk. Terica says, these new kids are different. Facts. Onisa says,
they are.
Or not, mama wasn't having no disrespect. But that's true. Sometimes parents are like very firm about not having any disrespect. Hey guys, right here, because we're in the middle of things, would y'all go ahead and share this live? Because we're definitely going to have these great women of God to encourage. So I definitely want to talk about infertility for a second. Pastor K, I know we have a short time, but would you just share a little bit of your story about how you kept the faith through infertility?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, there are two women I can think of in the Bible that were barren, Hannah and Sarah. Sarah, her name was changed when she had her son.
Right.
Hannah, she went to God. For me, I had made some decisions in my life at the time that I thought were sufficient, but I suffered with the decision until I overcame it by faith. You will have people that come up to you after you've been married for so long and say, hey, when are you having kids and this and that, and them not really realizing the effect that it has on the person. Yeah. It's not that they don't want to have kids. Some people don't want to have kids. They'll say, well, I don't want no kids. But then some really do. And so I learned to put the responsibility back on God. I decided to have an audacious faith and say, I'm going to do, Apostle and I, we do exactly what it takes to get one. Now it's completely left up to God to bless the womb, because he is the giver of every gift. Every child that has come into this earth, he is the one to decide to bless the womb. And so when we put the responsibility back on God and remove the stress out of our life, and even when people would ask us, when are you having kids? We would say, oh, go to God on that, because it's up to him. We putting it back on him. It's his responsibility. Whenever he's ready for us to have one, that he most definitely, then he will bless the womb. If he chooses not, all is well still. So we trusted God. We kept going before him in reference to the ask and you shall receive, knocking the door shall be open. Really applying the word, but still just putting the responsibility back on God, and knowing that, you know, it's completely up to him, be it we have 20 kids or one.
I love that. I love that. And so we definitely wanted to talk about that infertility, because like I said, a lot of women are struggling with that. So I love that. You know, challenge God with his word. You know, God, you said, you know, I love that. So really, ladies, if you're listening and you're struggling, you actually can reach out to Dr. K. We're going to give her information later. And Elder T, how did you navigate through being, you know, very quickly, how did you navigate through being a single mom? We have a lot of single moms that might be listening right now.
Well, basically for me, like I said before, I can, you know, develop the firm but fair rule, because I, you know, worked at an institution. I used to work at the juvenile institution. So, and even there, coming home, you know, you have a lot on you, but I knew that, hey, I can't bring my job home. So with my kids, I did the firm but fair thing. And also I knew I was not only representing God, but I was representing them also. So my actions and my decisions, I thought about, hey, how will my child feel about this later on in life, hearing your mama did this, your mama did that. So, you know, for me, that's how I just navigated things, even through, you know, prayer, and really didn't even know what to do, because it was just me. So I had no other choice but to just look up to God, you know, look up to him, because he's the author and finisher of my faith. I had to look up unto him. And that was instilled in me through my mom.
Your mom.
Because she was a single parent raising me. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I love what you said about even in the workplace, you wanted, you know, you thought your kids were always at the forefront. And Elder Terry didn't say this, but I'm going to say it for her because I know her testimony. I love when Elder Terry says that as a single woman, she did not have men running up and throughout her house. And again, I love
No, I didn't.
Right, because you have to be that example. Children, they live what they learn. And so I love that. I love that. Okay, guys, we are at the point where I need you all to give a word of encouragement to some lady that's listening. And again, if you don't mind, can you guys just share? She says, nope, I'm trying to get her. Oh, Terica says she's trying to get you married off now. Me too. So I'm going to put this plug in. Elder Terry is single. If you are 57 and older, text me. No, don't text me. Never mind. I'm not going to get in trouble, Terica. You get me in trouble now. So don't listen to me. Don't listen. No. Don't text me. Mia said, jump in the DMs.
Don't let her do you that, Lady D. Don't let.
Put in the look. And Tanisha Powerhouse, our winner for tonight, is also single. So we have a lot. We're going to do one specifically on singles. So, but before we encourage the women, would y'all do us a favor and share this live? Somebody needs in God's time, and Lady D, they cracking up. So listen, would y'all do us a favor and share this live? Somebody's going to need these nuggets of wisdom. Dr. K, can you encourage the woman who might be struggling with infertility? Would you encourage her really quickly?
Absolutely. To the woman or women that desires to have a child, but they are struggling with infertility, I encourage you to have an audacious faith. I mean, just to be bold and to put that responsibility back on God. Remind God of his word. Remind God of his promises, because his word says that his word cannot return unto him void, but it must accomplish those things that it had been sent out to do. And if he's called us to be fruitful and to multiply and to subdue the earth and have dominion, we have to remind him of that and to stay on that. So yes, you get the gall and the cheekiness and the audacity to go boldly to the throne of God and ask him and make your petitions and requests made known. You can do this because, again, he's the giver of every good gift.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. To God be the glory. Elder T, would you go ahead and encourage the woman who might be a single woman doing it alone and feels like she has the weight of the world on her shoulders? Very quickly.
Well, basically, I was when your kids, a lot of times it's a lot of things going on now. Kids want to go here, go there, and I'm talking teenage wise. And my thing was, I would always ask God, Lord, should I allow them to go? And I would wait for an answer. I don't care how bad they want to leave. I waited on the answer because it's so much happening now. And that's why we as single parents, females period, should pray for discernment. We should ask God to increase our discernment so that when they come to us and we need to give a quick answer, it's there. It's there. Because like I say, it's so much happening now, and times are definitely different now than what it was when I was raising my kids, because they can go to a house party back then, but now you be skeptical. You be skeptical.
Absolutely.
And I would also say that, being a female, period, married, single, or whatever, being a female, period, you treat people as you want to be treated. In order to give respect, you have to give respect. And I stand on that firmly. I definitely stand on that firmly. I would always give a woman her respect. Because I'm going to be looking for mine. And that's what I teach my children. I teach them, when you out, let your light shine. Don't go out there acting all crazy and all unruly, unseemly. And you got to represent God. Always know you are his representation. And what you do is a reflection on who he is inside of you.
Love that.
And that's what I stand on.
Love that. And so to all the single ladies, what Elder Terry saying, be encouraged. You can do this as if God is your foundation. I love that. I love that. I'm going to sum up some of those nuggets that we learned. First of all, use discerning. Know when it's time for the spanking. Know when it's time to talk. Ask God for direction in all things. The first source is God. Elder Kay said, you got to you got to activate your faith, and you got to present the word before God. If you know that you are king and queen on this earth, then you can ask God. Well, he our daddy. You can ask him what we will, and God will grant it unto us. So keep the faith. We want to encourage all the ladies out here to keep the faith. Your children need you. And listen, you're not going to get it right all the time, but don't let go. And I'm going to say, I got to add this part. I want to say, we are going to pray that every actual parent, I'm talking about not having the title, not a Facebook parent where you just taking pictures and making statements. I'm talking about people who are in their child's life every day, every single day. Women, be encouraged. God is for you. He wants to see you win. He wants to. And if you are struggling in the area of, well, I'm lonely and all of those things, let's rock with what Elder T says. Don't have men running in and out your house. They can't meet your children until they have gone through a process. Hello, somebody. I'm speaking. I'm high-fiving myself. They can't even meet your children until they have gone through a process. Okay?
That's
Why
right.
is it so important? Because they need to see that standard. They need to see it. God is on your side. We love you and we got your back. Listen, Dr. K is available. You can go to her DMs and you can ask questions for her specifically. You could go to Elder Terry and ask questions specifically if you need additional encouragement. Do you guys have any, do y'all want to give them an email or a telephone number or anything like that?
My email address is kbbrookseyp@gmail.com. Or you can instant message me through Facebook and I'll respond that way as well.
Okay. All right.
Mine is Walden1968@att.net. And you can also DM me through Facebook too. I'll answer also. And let me just tag this Lady D. Even with my son, when he got older, he had issues with the law. So I had to navigate through that alone. So DM me. I can tell you some stuff.
She can tell you some stuff. They let you know
stuff.
If you are a parent, if you are a single parent, especially, or you're a new mom, you're not in it alone. These ladies, myself included, we're here to help you. And listen, I have to tell y'all this before we go. We only 7 minutes over. Leslie Sterling out of Delaware, she's saying, my children are grown and they still can't meet them. I love it. I love it. That's right. Have a standard, especially if you are a single mom. Have a standard. Don't let them, men come in and out of your house and be introduced to your children. Amen. And love on your kids. Can I say this last little thing? And I'm gonna get you, Elder T. See, now we're getting into and I want to say this other thing. Sometimes, based on how we're raised, we see our children through our trauma lens. And I'm going to encourage you to ask God to allow you to see the heart of every individual child and how to love them. But please, please speak life into your children. Because the enemy is at that schoolhouse telling them about every bump, telling them that they overweight or too skinny, telling them that they can't play on the playground. You pour into your children and tell them how great they can be.
That's right.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say this. No, my throat left me, but it left me.
That's okay. Look, this might.
I just want to say to the parents, to the moms, listen, ladies, trust your training. If you know that you are training your children well and you're training them up in the way that they should go, trust that. So even when they step out and they step out of the arc of your protection and they're no longer in your vicinity to see where you can control, in a sense, trust your training. Speak the word over them. My mother, I'm going to say this and I'm going to quit. My mother used to say all the time, yes, Lord, when she leaves this house and goes to college, when she try to go to the club, may she not be comfortable. May she not have fun. May she not get, like, I used to be like, Mama, really? Why you got to talk to the Lord like that? Yeah. But, those things, they were true. And I couldn't get comfortable. I tried, but I couldn't. So trust your training, lady.
I love it. And look, Mia says,
I know what it was.
Oh, Pastor D, a nugget you gave me when I was single is God gives special grace when you're single. That is true. And the last thing is, Minister Tina says, sometimes grandparents are raising grandchildren. So we encourage you too. Go ahead, Elder T.
For the single ladies, celibacy. You're looking at a woman that's been 28 years. Celibate. Because I had to set examples. I had to set examples for my daughter. So you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. God is a keeper to those that want to be kept, but you have to want it.
You gotta want it.
Because he's not a man that he should lie. He's not a man that should lie. If you ask him, he will do it, but you got to want it.
And listen, I'm going to give Elder T an award, baby. Baby, 26 years? Baby, I'm
28.
28 years. I'm going to make it a one for Elder T. Y'all, let's give Elder T a round of applause.
Don't
for that
short me,
stuff.
Lady D. Don't short me.
Come on. Listen, look, I'm still trying to hook you up now, but I want to give her a round of applause for celibacy for 28 years.
But I'm good. But I'm comfortable. Look, I am so content. I'm content.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting on God.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and this video right here, he might be watching. Come on, man of God. Come on, man of God.
You know what, Pastor D? Pastor D, she is trying it. She's doing it.
Wait a minute. Look, Danielle Norwood reminds, she said, Bishop Smith said, don't let that man make you pack an overnight bag. Don't you do it. Look, Martha, y'all, we gotta go, y'all. We after the we'll give it 3 more minutes. Martha says, baby, not gonna lie, that's a long time. It is. God is her man. Your daughter said, Terica said, God is your man.
Yeah, he is.
He is. Wait a minute. I got your back, Elder T. But wait a minute. We called for Jethro to come on through here. Come on, Jethro. Come on.
Jethro might have some baggage with him that I might need to cut off.
Oh Lord. So we want to encourage all. We're having fun, guys, and we're about to go. Can y'all do us a favor and share this live? Somebody is going to be encouraged from this live. And again, we want you to know, if you are single, if you're married, hold on to God. He clearly was the foundation of the whole conversation.
Yes,
so we love you guys. Go back and look at this, laugh a little, and enjoy yourself. Happy Mother's Day. Can we say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers?
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
We love you. Y'all have a wonderful night. We're out. Bye.
Bye.